Hey, good morning everybody. Thanks for watching the video. This is David Pendleton, and now we're going to be covering the Pro Division qualifying round for the St. Patrick's Day tournament. So we're back at it again with another full tournament this week. I'm very excited to show you these replays here. Minus 15 was a good round for qualifying, especially day one. But you're going to see through these replays here that it could have actually been a lot bigger of a round, which you'll see quite a few shots actually left at pin. So this scorecard here finished with an albatross on hole number 9. Now, on my other account, I actually picked up an albatross on hole number 3, but it was very lucky. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you anyways. But if you're not a subscriber, please become one. It would mean a lot to me. And if you do find the videos helpful, please take a millisecond there just to hit thumbs up and like the video. Believe it or not, that does help YouTube creators like myself quite a bit. Okay, hole number 1, here we go. Hole number 1, we're going to play 10% at max on the drive. And ultimately, what we're looking to do here is just put our yellow ring right up on the rough line. We're going to be taking a normal shot with no overpower. And we're just basically punching the ball here up to the top part of the fairway, which is going to leave us for a rough bump for shot number 2. Now, I did not drop this rough bump, unfortunately. I am playing at 0% at mid, but you're going to see here we're extremely close, and I'll kind of show you the setup that I'm using. 1 bar top spin seems to be good on the speed. Now, I'm putting my yellow ring, as you can see right there, right up on the rough line. Ball guide line just barely favoring the left-hand side of the pin, and that's because on my first account I missed to the right. Again, now I'm playing this one 0%. We do get that perfect ball. And we just barely miss here to, again, to the right-hand side. So I'm a lot closer. The only thing that I would say here is we could add a little bit of side spin if we wanted to counter that roll. But what I would probably do is just offset the ball even more. So that's hole number 1. A little bit disappointed that I didn't pick that one up. That's a really good chance for an eagle, and one that I think we probably really need to pick up in order to win this tournament, because I think a lot of people normally get that eagle on that particular hole. Okay, now I want to be playing this one 20% at max with my Goliath. 2 back, half right side spin. You kind of see where I'm setting up here. I'm setting up to the right-hand side of this rough area where it kind of bumps out onto the fairway. If we take a look at my ball positioning, my landing guide, the end of my ball guide line is in that light green square, so it's on the right-hand side of the light green square. What we need to do is we need to move this over just a click, because as you're going to see here, this 20% pull at max gets us extremely close to a hole-in-one. Pick up another perfect ball. And here we just burned the left edge of the cup. That's why I said we need to move it over a little bit to the right-hand side. So that was my second attempt at this hole. I missed it, much more to the left-hand side on the first shot. So, I kind of moved my ball guidelines where I thought I would need it to be, but I still need to move it a little bit more to the right-hand side. And that's going to put us for a good opportunity for a hole-in-one on hole number 2, which I think is a pretty tough one to drop normally. All right, hole number 3. We're going to be using our APOC here. Now, again, don't really be concerned about what level your APOC is. You could really do this with any APOC level. If you're playing pro, you probably have at least an APOC 3, I would guess. Maybe not if you're in a lower tier player, but then you're probably playing other players with similar clubs. But anyways, I go 10% here with my red ring up on the rough line. I curl until the outside of the ball is fully outside that sideways triangle. Now, a great shot to the right here put me further away from pin, but I'm going to show you 2 ways to play. And some people say, what do you mean by sideways triangle? Okay, so when I say sideways triangle, this is what I mean. Notice the curl on my ball is on the right-hand side of that little sideways triangle, so how that target is all warped looking. So I've got a little bit of space there between the sideways triangle and my ball. Now, here I'm playing with the sniper. I do suggest you play with your Cataclysm or your Big Dog. You could try to play the bounce over the sand with the sniper with a lot of topspin. I find that one always to be a little bit risky. So we like to push our drive a little bit harder to make this sniper shot better. But anyways, I pulled this one 10% at max. Let me double check that elevation, sorry. I don't have my notes here in front of me, but I know I typed it incorrectly. Let me see what I did pull this at. Anyways, you can see that shot's not going. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was wrong. I played this one 0% at max. So 0% at max. I knew when I was saying it, it didn't make much sense. But on this one, 0% at max. Now this was the Cataclysm. You can see I use left side spin on both shots. This one here is a great left. And, you know, somehow on these long par fives, it's better to be lucky, but we get this thing dead center for a very lucky albatross. Now, this is not the account that I shot a minus 15. This was my other account. All right, that's going to bring us into hole number 4. Hole number 4, I want you to notice that I'm going to get myself into a little bit of trouble. Now, I decided to play at 40% at minimum because my other account I played 20% and it was nowhere close. So I needed to double the elevation. I made a mistake here though. Do you see how I'm getting caught in between clubs? We need to make sure that when we take this shot that we have our grizzly in our bag, and a lot of you will anyways. But if we have our grizzly in our bag, that's going to allow us to actually find the absolute minimum distance of the sniper, and that's going to keep you from getting caught in between clubs like I did. I do know the spin adjustments are pretty good here. We need to go with almost 2 bars of backspin with half a bar of side spin to the right. So as you can see there, I keep switching to that Goliath, and it really throws me off. Here I'm playing 1.5 back with half a bar to the right. But I do get that perfect ball. So we'll keep that the same, 1.5 back, half a bar to the right, and we're really close. You know, I just didn't like my setup point on this one because I got caught in between clubs. I wish I wouldn't have made that boneheaded mistake so that I could show you a much better shot when we're at absolute minimum. But you can see there we're very close for you to dial that one in. All right, hole number 5. This is another one I'm disappointed in because I didn't pick up the eagle. You can see that I'm leaving a lot of easier eagles out there. Okay. We push our rings here because those little bushes get on our way. No curl on this shot, just taking it normal. All right, so here's what happened to me on this one here. I'm playing shot number 2, 0% at max. Ball guideline going through the hole, dead center. Again, 0% at max. Unfortunately, my other account, I hit a great ball, so only got one crack at it with a perfect. But man, oh man, we are really burning a lot of edges. So what do we need to do here? We could do 2 things. We could go ahead and just move this more to the left-hand side, right, kind of offset it, or we can even play this one minus 5% elevation, because here I'm playing 0, and it's a little bit too much of a pull to the right. So if I would have played this one minus 5% elevation, that ball would have dropped for an eagle. So you can either offset to the left, play the exact same way, or go minus 5% at dead center of the pin and drop that one in for an eagle. All right, here we go on to hole number 6. Hole number 6 is going to be difficult, okay? We're going to be getting back-to-back headwind. So I do suggest that you push your drive a little harder than I pushed mine. Now, I thought, you know, my ball guideline would play a little truer than it did. But you can see here, I'm leaving myself with quite a bit of room on this fairway. And to be honest, we really want to get as much of this fairway as possible. Because shot number 2 is no walk in the park. You can see I've got my Cataclysm out, right? And I'm going to have to push this shot in order to make it to the green. And I almost got stuck in the rough. So you're going to get to learn from my shot here. As you can see here, I'm using overpower combined with left curl. Now, I do hit a great ball to the left, so we're going to lose a little bit of distance on our shot. But still, this wind really knocks me down. And I was very, very lucky to get the second bounce on the fairway so that I actually rolled out onto the second fairway here. So, you know, learn from that. Push your drive a little bit harder, but don't go too crazy, right? And then, you know, use your cataclysm to get to the green for shot number 2. All right. I picked up a double hole-in-one on this one on both my accounts. We're going to be showing you here 15% elevation at mid distance of our club. So 15% at mid is how we're playing this one. I believe this one was like a 5.8 ring pull, something like that. And then I forgot to save the replay on my other account, but they both fell. So I'm hoping this one will treat you as good as it treated me, but it should because the line was really good here. Again, you know, we'll take a look at this again because you're going to see here, I'm definitely at mid distance of my club. I'm not playing this one max at all. I want you to kind of notice that my second bounce is right before the fringe with the end of my ball guideline kind of right on the edge of where the light green and the dark green square meet. I'll pause it right there so everybody can kind of take a look at that one. I know some people take a screenshot, but I don't think I did a good job of zooming in on this one like I normally do. And that's because this was my second attempt at it. So with my first attempt fell, I kind of knew where to set up at. But perfect ball got us in for a hole-in-one. Okay. Hole number 8, kind of funny, because on this account I miss the eagle, but on my other account I make it, which I'll show you. But the make eagle is kind of a fluke, kind of lucky, and you'll see why. But regardless here, curling, right curl till the right part of my ball covers the right target zone, and we just get this thing up the fairway. Looks really nice. Okay, now for this shot here, you know, I really screwed this up. I'm at max distance of my thorn, so I'm going for full top spin shot. I should have known here that I have to pull like over 4 rings, so I should have known that I was going to end up switching clubs. What I should have done here was probably just packed a grizzly, but I didn't have the opportunity to learn from another account, and you're going to see why. So I think really what we need to do is not use a kingmaker. I think we should probably pack a grizzly just in case, but then also use a katana. I would use a katana ball because we don't need the distance, as you can see here. But on my other account, I accidentally drove the rough, and I decided to go for the rough bump here. The Nirvana rough bump. And I pulled this one 10% at mid. But I hit a perfect ball out of the rough, and I'm surprised it went in the hole. But it sure did, you know, and again, kind of a weird fluky thing. But we pick it up in eagle, and we take it how it is. All right, that brings us on to hole number 9. This is the last hole. If you're not a subscriber, please become one. It would truly mean a lot to me. Please take a second there to hit that thumbs up video. And if you'd like to become a member of the channel, check out the description. We do a lot of good with our memberships, so I think you'd be very pleased if you did become a member and you kind of see the benefit that we get there. Hey, this is always a trick shot that I like. I take the trick shot no matter what, unless I'm just getting a horrible, horrible headwind, but we're not. Using almost max overpower, but not quite. What we are looking to do is get these little rocks here to propel our ball up onto the fairway, which it does very nicely. Boom, boom, and we're up on the fairway, okay? Not difficult as it looks. Just using a lot of overpower in this particular wind angle. That's going to leave us for shot number 2. Shot number 2, we pick up an albatross. Not an easy one either, as this green is a little glitchy. But you're going to see here, I'm using about 3.5 bars of backspin. You can see the ball guide go in and out. I wasn't concerned about that. I just know that this green here slopes downward. As you can see, it's very hilly, starts high, slopes down towards the hole. So even without the ball guideline, we're going to try to use that to our benefit. Now, we do get that perfect ball. And this thing comes in very beautifully, dead center for the albatross. Hey, that's it. I will see you in the next round where I normally fall apart, but hopefully not. Best of luck to everybody. Thanks for watching.